Hey there, good morning. Welcome to the Nacho Show. This is Ignacio Valdez here from the beautiful Ogden, Utah, which is actually raining. It's a really nice day. However, well, it's raining. We definitely need this moisture here in this side of town. And today we will go ahead and talk more about the grassroots movement. What does this mean? The grassroots movement focuses on discussing the challenges and solutions facing grassroots activism in our society, especially in the conservative spectrum. This episode aims to provide insights from experts and activists to explore the factors contributing to the decline of grassroots movements. The program intends to discuss practical strategies to revive grassroots activism and empower activists to mobilize and bring about positive change in our communities. So, in this episode, we will go ahead and examine a range of approaches to strengthen the grassroots movements, such as building partnerships with the community, leveraging social media and technology, and engaging with a diverse range of people uh, to keep them aware of things. So, overall, in this episode, we will go ahead and highlight more about the importance of collective action and the power of grassroots activism in transforming society. It is recommended listening for anybody that's interested in learning more about grassroots and creating a change in our society. You know how things are going with this administration that's just driving me insane. And not just at the federal level, also in the local level, and that's something that we need to understand. What is exactly is going on here in our country, because I love my country. It is my country. I'm an immigrant, but I adopted this country as mine. I live here, and I love it. So anyway, today to talk more about this, we'll go ahead and bring my dear friend Susan Lee. How are you, Susan?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's definitely a pleasure to have you here with me in this episode. So, we would love for you to introduce yourself here to our audience, and just to talk to us more about yourself.
Sure. So I was born and raised in Utah and actually lived in Davis County for over 55 years. This is the county, the place that I love. That's why my husband, Kevin, and we actually
Mhm.
chose to raise our family here. I'm the mom of four boys, all married. I have six, soon to be eight grandchildren. They all live in Davis County. I have a great love for this country. And I'm super happy that I'm able to do what I do, to be involved. And I know that with my skill set and my talents, I can help people. And that's why what I'm doing right now is running for the GOP chair for Davis County.
Excellent. All right. So you are running for Davis County GOP chair. And this is fantastic. I commend you for your efforts and everything that you have been putting into this. And I know that you will be a great GOP county chair. I have been involved in political since ever since I started being a citizen. As I mentioned, off camera to you, I started. Well, sorry. Um, I became a U.S. citizen in 2009, and then the first thing I did was sign up as a Republican. So it's a great choice that I took because of the great platform that it has. And So let me ask you a quick question here. Why did you decide to become to run for a GOP chair for Davis County here in Utah?
Sure. So currently in the country, there's a great division that's happening, and I see there is that we're losing our freedoms and our families. And right now, our society, the core structure of our society is families. And
Hmm.
so what can we do to help that? Well, we can get involved at the grassroots level, and we can help elect candidates who stand for our values and will fight for our freedoms. And being involved at the county level, being the chair at the county level, it gives me the opportunity where I have experience. I did run as a candidate and I've been a campaign manager, successful at both. And with my skill set, I feel like I have a lot to bring because I want to win. I want to win, and it's important that to win we have to educate, and that will be a big part of what I'm going to work on and try and do.
All right, fantastic. Well, as far as the county GOP chair, well, first of all, I applaud you, and I really want to say that well, I did have an episode about women in politics last year, and I thought that is a fantastic way to build up our women here in America, and it's basically what you're doing right now. You know, you're building up yourself as a woman, and I don't know how the heck you guys do it. Because you have so much in your plate, you have your children, you have many responsibilities at home, your husbands, of course, your job, and then on top of that, politics. Wow, I mean, my respect here for you.
Well, I think it's important that first and foremost we take care of our families. That is number one. My kids, they're all gone. They're well on their way. They're all successful in what they're doing, and I do have the time, and I'm glad that I do. I am looking at um, all of the ways that I can help as far as if I'm elected GOP chair. And the big part of it is educating and
Mhm.
raising 4 boys and helping them to be successful, educating the grassroots, helping us to be successful. There's a parallel there. And there's a lot that can be done with the help of all the grassroots and those that are involved and become more involved. It's powerful, and I encourage anybody that has the time to do it.
Of course, of course. Well, you're talking about time, in your life to be involved. And well, I mean, I've started this podcast almost 2 years ago, and well, I mean, I'm a very busy guy, like I'm always up and down and everything like that. But at least I take a little bit of my time to actually dedicate to this podcast and uh, do my type of activism, as best as I can. I wish I had the time to go on rallies and do all that good stuff that I'm very passionate about. But well, I guess you have to to keep up with your time and things like that to do the efforts. So GOP for Davis County. Um,
Excuse
so you're totally fine. So with the GOP Davis County, what type of issues? What have you seen in Davis County GOP that is actually making you consider to run to be part of the GOP chair?
Well, I can tell you, we were to take a survey of all the registered Republicans in the state, even just in Davis County, and ask them, how many of you know about the caucus system? It
Hmm.
would probably be 20%. 20%. So that to me is one of the biggest concerns because that's our grassroots, and they
Yeah,
don't even know and recognize the basic level of what they can do. They don't have to go to rallies as much as you can, but but the biggest thing you can do is become educated on what can be done within the party. And part of the power of the party is the grassroots and having the knowledge of how the caucus system works. The caucus system, which if I become the GOP chair, allows me to actually run the party with the grassroots within the caucus system. And one of the big things
Mhm.
that I would like to do is to get the people educated that are within the party on what
Mhm.
it is and how you can be involved, because it's so powerful and it allows everyone. If you sign up to be a Republican, you can go to caucus night, and at
Mhm.
caucus night you're separated into your precinct, which is with your neighbors and your friends, and then within that precinct you get to elect who you want to represent you, to go and vet the candidates that are going to be running and then select them. So you get to look at your neighbor and say, I trust you, or maybe I want to run and be a delegate for our precinct. And
Mhm.
so then I'll ask my neighbors and my friends, you know, and stand up and give them a reason why they should select me to be their representative. And then once that happens, you get to elect your county delegates who will help in the selection of candidates that are within the county and support
Mhm.
state legislature. And then you have state delegates that get to go to the state convention, and then they'll have the ability to support and vet the candidates at the state level that will go to Washington, D.C., or the governor. That's where that's all done. And so it's so important that we start educating all of those that are within the party how the system works. It's so important and it's so powerful. And without that knowledge, it just weakens it. And so I want to get in there because I want to help in that process. I have great ideas of how to do it, but the more that we educate, the more that we get people involved, the stronger our party is and the better we can get candidates who we want in there.
That's fantastic. That's definitely true. And that's what our forefathers intended. The founders of our country. It is more about representation, of everybody that lives in certain neighborhoods. I have been a state delegate for, let me see, like 8 years now. And I have seen how the process works, and I've seen how the county GOP chairs are, and everything like that. And I've done a little work with the Weber County Republican Party when I started. And I think it's very interesting. I enjoy the setup. I enjoy how the process goes, as far as the county delegates and also state delegates. And it is a great, it is a good organization. We're very well organized. Now, so let's talk about how you, as a Davis County chair, how would you manage the Davis County GOP? What are your ideas, or what is it that you would be proposing to better up the county GOP?
Sure. So first and foremost, it's to get the grassroots involved. Uh,
Hmm.
to do that, you have to educate. And so my priority is to make it accessible so that people can go to the GOP website for Davis County and they can look up. So for instance, I'm the precinct chair. Now, the
Hmm.
first time I became the precinct chair, I had no idea what a precinct chair did. I didn't know
Hmm.
what to do, and there was no instructions. I was just elected, and I they did have a training that I went to, which was helpful, but still there was a lot of questions that I didn't think of when I was at the training that occurred, and so I went to look up on the website, all these questions I had, and there was no information. And as I
Um,
Googled, I actually found on other county websites a whole setup of how to run your precinct on caucus night. And it was so informative and so helpful. And I thought, that should be readily available so that first and foremost, we can conduct our caucus meetings in the proper form and order so that it's done and everyone understands what they're doing there and what their duties are, and that you follow the procedures and do everything that's required, because there's certain things that are required that through the bylaws and the Constitution. And one of those things is when you have your precinct meeting, you need to read the Republican Constitution.
mhm.
Important that we understand so we know what we're supporting and what we stand for. The next thing that I would do is fundraising. There are fundraising efforts, but I think there could be so much more. And I have a lot of ideas that I've been floating and talking to people about, but our fundraising efforts needs to be a lot higher and more involved,
Mhm.
especially with the grassroots people. There's so much they can do because they go and they want to pull the lever, so to speak, or push the button to vote for the candidate that they're picking. And once they pick it, they don't realize that candidate has to come up with a lot of money to run. It's very expensive. And I know that if there was more information out there and better ways that we could donate to help with fundraising efforts for those candidates, it only improves our chances of our candidates winning. And more than anything, that's why I want to be chair, is I want to win. I want to win all the time. I want every one of our candidates that our grassroots pick be the winner. That's so important to me.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you are going to win. I mean, you have great proposals right there. Being able to inform everybody and push forward the grassroots movement. And there are out there. You mentioned something very very important, and which is the current process that is being already taken into effect is something that's called SB 54. And that definitely kills constitutional grassroots is, organizations. And it will not, it doesn't allow the average citizen to go ahead and run unless you actually have money, to and please correct me if I'm wrong, but SB 54 is evil. It's
Yep.
bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, so anyway, we will go ahead and go to a commercial break. I definitely appreciate you being here with me. And remember, folks, this is the Nacho Show, and we will be right back.
Nacho Graphics is a professional graphic design company that offers unlimited graphic design services to small, medium, and large businesses. We pride ourselves on providing high-quality, affordable design services that are customized to meet the specific needs of our clients. Our team of talented designers is passionate about creating unique, eye-catching designs that will help your business stand out from the competition. Whether you need a new logo or marketing materials, we will work with you to create a custom solution that fits your needs and exceeds your expectations. At Nacho Graphics, we understand that each company has different graphic design needs. That's why we offer an unlimited graphic design service that can be customized to fit the specific needs of your business. We believe that great design should be accessible to all businesses, regardless of size. So, if you're looking for a graphic design company that can provide you with high-quality custom designs at an affordable price, look no further than Nacho Graphics. Contact us today to learn more about our unlimited graphic design services and how we can help your business grow. Check out our website, www.nachographics.com, or call 801-869-0523.
As a small business owner, you know that having a website is crucial to your success. But what you may not know is that designing and developing a website can be expensive. That's where Solidify Web comes in. Solidify Web offers affordable website design and development that will produce a website that is clean and tailored to fit your business needs. Plus, we offer search engine optimization services to help you obtain top rankings for your desired search terms, driving qualified leads to your site. Creating a website for your business is one of the most important things you can do in today's economy. Your website is your storefront and first impression for many potential customers. It is crucial that you have a clean, fresh, and well-designed website that represents your business the best way possible. We can create a stunning website for you that is both easy to use and navigate and ranks high in search engines. Contact us today to learn more about how we can help you take your business to the next level.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us. Not just with me, with us here, Susan Lee and myself. And yeah, beautiful day today, and a fantastic special guest here with me, Susan Lee. So Susan, we were talking about a little bit about SB 54. You know how bad it is and how it kills at the grassroots movement, though, because at this point, I mean, if you gather signatures to run for office, then why do we even have a caucus system? You know, and that's something that some candidates have done before in the past. And I'm going to say something that really pisses me off, and it's the fact that there are Democrats out there that take advantage of these ungodly procedures, uh, well, ungodly ways to actually get elected into office, and yeah, and destroy the whole purpose of the grassroots movement. Um, and yeah, I mean, it is not right. It is definitely not right. So that's one point, and the other point is the fact that um, we we elect people in office. Okay, and I really would love your opinion about this. We elect them. We find out that they are conservatives and everything like that, and apparently they stand for conservative principles. However, when they get into office, after a certain period of time, or even right away, they actually vote for bills or for laws that are contrary to those beliefs that they had when they ran. Does that make sense? So, what's your opinion about all this?
Sure. So first, I want to talk about SB 54. A big part of the blame that was so successful is lack of education. If people would have understood the caucus system, there's no way it would have had any hope. But there's so many people that aren't aware how it works and why we have it. And so it was when Count My Vote, when they came into the state and they rattled all of the Republican Party leadership. It more or less was their so-called compromise so that they would have more say with how it would work. But with that being said, it still was rotten to have to deal with it. It did take a lot of the power away from the party and put into the hands of those with big money. And so what we have to do is we have to now look at, if we can't get rid of SB 54, then how can we overcome it? And a lot of that has to do with fundraising. If
Hmm.
they have a lot of money, we need to have a lot of money. And so we need to up our fundraising efforts. And those that are Republicans in the party, especially those that understand, they need to start helping. They need to have, so we need to open up ways to allow for more people to help contribute to the party so we can help get those conservative candidates that the grassroots elect into office. And so that's kind of what what I will do if I'm elected chair. And then as far as candidates that are elected, when they get into office, one thing that I've learned through the years is a lot of candidates think, instead of working with, these are my values, I'm going to hold true to them, I'm going to hold strong to them, a lot of them think, well, I've got to work with the Democrats, and instead of starting here where my values are, we're going to start where the Democrat values are, and then we're going to try and negotiate from there. And it really kills a lot of what our party stands for and why we do what we do, as far as wanting to protect the family and push back against all of the laws and things that are trying to pass that take away our freedoms. And so if we can get strong conservative candidates in there, we want that our party grassroots one. It's not me, but it's the grassroots one. We're going to have a lot less of this. This year we got more than normal new freshmen into the House that were more conservative. And it's hugely helpful. Just that little bit of a swing helped pull the whole House more to the right, more conservative. And that's what we have to do. We have to work to make sure that we help those conservative candidates, because it's hard. It's a lot of work, a lot of money, and they need our support. We can't just go and vote and think we've done our job. We have to do more.
Yeah, and I really love what you said. We have to be there. I mean, we really have to move out of our comfort zone and definitely do something, because a lot of people think that, let's just go ahead and vote and they'll take care of the rest. It's not up to me anymore. No, I mean, we have to keep going. I mean, the work doesn't end. And one of the concerns that I have is that the state of Utah, obviously, my concern is always, within the United States. However, Utah is my home, and Utah has always been red. And the way that we teach our children will continue to keep this state red. And it's up to us to actually show the ropes to those that are young, to keep this state the way that it should be. Granted, the left is very seduceful, and I'm going to say that. The left seduces the human beings. They approach the human beings with seduction of things that, oh yeah, I'm going to buy this for you and I'll take care of you. I'm going to be Santa Claus, and you don't have to work and things like that. So it's definitely the wrong approach, but unfortunately that really resonates with a lot of people, and it is definitely a concern, because as us as Americans, we definitely know for a fact that, and I'm an immigrant, and I am an American at heart, and I came here with the right reasons. I wanted to learn the language. I really wanted to be an entrepreneur. I really wanted to better myself, and I've done it. I mean, I feel that I have done things the right way, and now I'm being a state delegate, for my fourth or fifth administration. I don't know if that's the right word. I mean, I'm fully understandable on how things work, and I believe that you are doing a great job. You are doing fantastic at what you're doing, and I applaud you for keeping up the good work and running for Davis GOP. Definitely it's something that that all of us should do, just getting more involved and everything. Now, with the SB54, one thing that really caught my eye is that this SB54 was actually pushed by a Republican. And yeah, it really it just disappoints me greatly, because of how someone that's supposed to be a conservative is pushing for something to destroy your constitution. We have somebody else that's a Republican as well that pushed for a flag that supposedly represents the people of Utah, quotation mark. And I'm gonna say his name. His name is Dan McKay. He's a bad guy, and as a Republican, he's a disgrace to the Republican Party. And I do not appreciate what he did, and I do not appreciate the attitude towards those that oppose that. And what pisses me off is that, I'm sorry, I'm just bringing the rant here. uh, what pisses me off is that, okay, so how come there was no a vote about this? You know what I mean? So there was so many surveys given to our here citizens in Utah about this, and there was a very high percentage that of people that were opposed to the new flag. And I do have a friend, and she's sort of progressive, and she was like, well, this is the issue that I agree with you on, because the new flag sucks, and the old flag is definitely fantastic. And I'm like, what, you saying that?
Yeah, yeah, I hear that a lot. A lot of people talk about that. You know, the best thing that I can say regarding this is we're at a time in our nation where they're trying to destroy our history. They're trying
Mhm.
to destroy, things that have meaning to them, that have been around for a long time. And it seems like that this goes in that same pattern. And a lot of this is pushed from outside interests and brought into our state. And so, whether you agree or disagree with, how they went about it, it's something that is more and more commonplace. And it's something we have to try really hard to work against and push back on, because our history and what we have to remember is so important, because we don't want to have to repeat history in so many ways, and yet
Mhm.
we want to remember the good things in the history. And so, keeping those things in the forefront for our children, for our grandchildren, so that they don't forget, so they can pass it on, is so important. And I think that has a lot to do with why people want to keep our original flag, because it
Mhm.
stands for our Utah, for our heritage, and so I totally understand.
Oh yeah, and I have been meaning to make an episode about explaining the flag situation. Unfortunately, that bill passed, and this is what I've been saying is the fact that we elect individuals that's supposed to uh, have conservative principles and morals, but then now they get elected and they make bad decisions, and it seems that they don't listen to the communities, and they don't listen to those that have voted for them.
And that is SB 54. SB 54 has made it so much harder. We have to work so much harder, because if the elected, if our representatives have a big coffer of cash for their campaign, then what's the incentive now to actually listen to the constituents? And so
Mhm.
that's why I keep referencing and going back that the best way to beat this down and to push back is with the rules that are in place now, we need to do better at fundraising so that, hey, they're going to have to start listening again because we have the power, we have the tools, I should say, to push back and get our more conservative candidates elected when they don't listen to us.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's a fact. The fundraising situation has to get better, and to bring more of those that can definitely help us out, and to grow the grassroots movements, and well, I mean it. Also, the education part, and again, we come back to the same thing here. Being educated, being really knowledgeable of what exactly is going on, and really take action, and being involved in social media, and being involved in the meetings, and in your local communities. So we have a few more minutes here on this podcast. But what I would love for you to do is, I would like for you to, I'm going to give you the mic, and then uh, convince everybody to vote for you in your endeavors of becoming a GOP chair for the Davis County. And thanks again for being here with me on this episode. I do appreciate this very, very much. It's been a very interesting conversation, and which, I mean, can lead to more. I mean, I really wish I could just spend hours, talking about the flag and things like that. But we just need to remember. We need to remember that America is in trouble. America's in trouble. We really need to get involved. We cannot just forget about things, and because, I mean, everybody wants to change, but nobody wants to change. You know.
Mhm. You bet. You bet. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, go ahead, and we will go ahead and wrap it up after you're done.
Okay. So currently, I believe that we are fighting for our freedoms and our families. And the only way that we can push back against what is coming at us is to make sure that we get solid conservative candidates who stand for our values and will fight for our values. And as the GOP chair for Davis County, I want to win. And that is first and foremost is winning these elections with our candidates that were picked at the grassroots level. Um, I have the experience. I have been a candidate, and I have helped with campaigns, and I've been successful at both. I served on the Caseville City Council, and I've learned a lot. I have a lot of experience as far as to share and to help others. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to give the education to all of those who are in the Republican Party, especially those in Davis County, so that they can be involved and that they can be more helpful so that we can get those candidates elected. And then also, when you elect me, one thing you're going to find is I'm a workhorse. I'm not a show horse. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to roll my sleeves up, and I'm going to work for you. And I'd really appreciate your support and your vote. Thank you.
Well, that is fantastic. Thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate that very much. And I really, like I said, again, I applaud you for what you're doing. Definitely, this is going to be a life changer for everybody in the GOP Davis County. Definitely, it's going to be a fantastic thing for you to be elected. So I pray for you, and I cheer for you, and I root for you here. So.
Well, thank you. And thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Of course, of course. And thanks everybody for being here with me. And we will see you next time. And thanks for being here at the Nacho Show.